Welcome back, everybody. This is Eric and Chad here with Iraq Veteran 8888. Today we've got another Gun Gripe episode for you. And today we're going to be talking about the boogeymen in
Massachusetts.
I can't say that word. I cannot pronounce it to save my life. And their recent banning of bump stocks.
And trigger cranks.
And how dumb it is. And before we get into today's video, I definitely want to thank all of the folks that support us on Patreon, as well as all the folks that purchase merchandise such as man cans, shirts, patches to help support the channel. You guys are awesome, and you're the reason that these videos exist, and we couldn't do it without you. And thank you very much. We just want to say thank you at the beginning of this video. If you love these videos and you'd like to support us, consider donating $1 on Patreon or buying some merchandise. All the funds go to supporting our efforts and putting these videos out. So thank you very much for the support, and we're making this video for you guys. Now, this question comes from Nick on Facebook. I don't know if he wants his last name shared, so I'm not going to mention his last name. But he says, "Longtime YouTube viewer here. Appreciate what you guys do. All
Massachusetts.
I can't say that word. It comes out sounding really wrong. All of those, all the mass, let's just say mass from here on out. I can say mass now. All the mass gun license holders are getting this gem in the mail. If you haven't, check the description box below for a link where you can read the letter that was sent out by the Commonwealth of Massachusetts Executive Office of Public Safety and Security." That's really official sounding. They probably know what they're doing. You might want to listen there.
The EOPS.
The EOPS. Well, look. So anyway, he goes on to say that it declares bump stocks are now illegal within Mass, and any of you who possess it, you little turds, have to surrender them to the police or face criminal prosecution. But how would you ask, Nick, how in the world do they know that you may or may not, and they don't know if you possess the item in question or not, but how would they even come close to knowing that you may or may not be a gun owner? Well, that's because there's licensing requirements in the state of
Massachusetts.
Thank you. There's licensing requirements, and in the letterhead basically says, "Dear sir or madam, you are receiving this notice because Section 52 of Chapter 110 of the Acts of 2017 directs the Executive Office of Public Safety and Security to notify individuals holding various firearms licenses and firearms identification cards of certain changes to the laws regarding regulating firearms." Anyway, and it goes on to mention all the stuff in it. This is what we've been talking about for years, and what people have to remember to be careful about. In states that have FOIDs, in states that have any type of universal licensing system, that go around guns, whether it's to regulate it or not, the end goal is they want to know who has guns, so that, it's all about registration. They want all of this to lead to registration and eventually confiscation. This is just the first little trip down the rabbit hole for them. This is just a litmus test to how that might go.
The funny thing is,
very bad.
These things aren't even firearms. They're accessories.
It's the same thing as law enforcement saying, if you possess a green lawn chair, we've decided that we don't like green lawn chairs. And if we see you sitting in one, you're going to jail.
Because old Bobby down the road beat his wife with a green lawn chair, and now we got a ban.
And he was known to sit in a green lawn chair.
We got to ban all them green lawn chairs
now. We're worried if someone sits in a green lawn chair that they may take on crazy tendencies like wanting to beat their wife or go on a homicidal rage. And if you sit in a green lawn chair, after such date, you're going to be a felon if you own a green lawn chair.
Eric, that's how it works. Come on. Everybody knows that that's how it works.
It's the dumbest.
One person goes out there and does something, then everybody else is to blame, and everybody else has to pay the consequences.
The overall attitude of this video is meant to be lighthearted. I hope you guys can tell. We're not trying to be overly sarcastic, but at the end of the day, guys, this is bullcrap. If you're a law enforcement person in that state, you know it's bullcrap. If you're a lawmaker in that state, you know it's bullcrap. And I hope that the police up there are smart enough to just realize that this is one of those things that if their superiors go, well, we got to do this, 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 and this, be like, all right, what are you going to do? I mean, that's the dumbest thing ever. So you're gonna, it's kind of like, here's a good example. That letter is kind of like sending out an invitation to go to jail. You know, hey, this is Joe Bob down at local police department. We're having free tours at the jail. And if you'd love to come down to the jail, we'll let you hang out for free for a few weeks or however long we decide, and we'll feed you gruel and all kind of nasty stuff, and you'll have a hard cot to sleep on with a crummy pillow, and you'll get some water that tastes like pee. And guess what? It's free. Come on down. Yeah, it's a free invitation. Open house. How dumb do they think people really are? How dumb do they think the voters of their state are? How dumb do they think the law enforcement personnel are? Come on.
Just
come on.
Well,
it's not a gun.
Well,
it's legal.
Look at all the people that go out to these gun buyback things. You want to talk about idiocy? Come on. But really, in Massachusetts, what
I stand in the gun buyback line to buy guns from people waiting in line.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's why I'd go too. Like, oh, you're going to get rid of that Luger? Okay, yeah, sure. I'll take that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they're going to
run through the wood chipper, and they're going to give you $100.
So the Executive Office of Public Safety and Security, do they not have any idea how law enforcement would have to do that job? What are they going to do?
How many millions of dollars it would cost?
Issue a warrant to search every firearms
FOID holder?
Yeah, every firearms identification card holder's house for a bump stock? Really?
So literally what the letter is a request to be a criminal? I don't know. I don't know what that letter means.
What it is.
I don't even know what it means.
It's a request for you to turn over personal, privately owned property without compensation.
Right.
Because some stupid lawmakers decided that, oh, well, we're going to have to ban these things so these people don't hurt themselves, so we got to get them things out of here right now. Okay, well, we don't want you hurting yourself. Well, okay, well, them bump stocks, yeah, we got them out of here, but now they're going to hurt themselves with that their steak knife. We got to get them out of here too. Oh, them ARs.
I don't think they talk like that up there.
Oh, wait a minute. Well, sorry, my redneck's coming out. Let me see, Massachusetts.
No, don't go there. Don't go there.
Boston. Oh, they got to get those bump stocks out of here now. Hey, over here now. Come on.
No,
there's probably some New York in there. I don't know.
I don't know what
Just
that
a
is.
Dumb
But
redneck.
you know what? That was wrong.
We got to get those bump stocks out of here.
Whatever.
Daston.
Whatever.
Daston.
Whatever. But at the end of the day, I think we can all agree
it's get roasted.
Oh, we are. We're probably going to get roasted. But at the end of the day, guys, it really is bullcrap. I mean, the fact that they think they can take people's personally owned property that's legal at a federal level, it's legal. I mean, yeah, okay, so just because the ATF is taking comments now about the potential of regulating bump stocks, for them to just go, oh, we're just going to go on and do it anyway, Now, look, I'm all for, I get it. States' rights are states' rights. If states want to do what they want to do and that's the decision they make, then maybe if you're a resident of that state, maybe you ought to find somewhere else to live. I mean, vote with your feet. Or if you're there, you need to vote those people out. The problem becomes, and I know what people looking at the screen right now are going, but Eric. But I do get it.
Oh.
What they're going to say is well, but my job is here, my family's here, and I can't help it that I live in a liberal cesspool, but I just happen to live here. This is my home. I get it. You don't want to leave. It's just like the same thing that people in California is dealing with. I mean, you live in Northern California where it's beautiful and everybody's just regular rednecks just like they are here. But you have to deal with a couple of dummies in town that want to try to make all the rules for everybody. And yeah, that sucks. And it's a very unfortunate thing. But it's what we deal with, and you can either vote with your feet, you can move somewhere where people are friendly towards your kind, or you can vote the fools out, or you can complain and write and do all the things you need to do. At the end of the day, I think that most law enforcement folks, if you put that uniform on, and I know some of you are watching, we have viewers that are police, and I respect the uniform, I respect what police do very much. But when you put on that uniform, you also are sharing an inherent responsibility, and you took an oath. And part of that oath is that you will defend to your death to the Constitution of the United States from all enemies, foreign and domestic. When you take that oath stays with you to the day you die. The day you're in the ground, that oath is yours, and you own it and you live it. And if you take that oath and you support that bull crap, you are a disgrace to the uniform. And anybody watching this video that is law enforcement, they know where I'm coming from. You will not enforce unconstitutional laws or bullcrap laws that you know are not right. And let's face it, sometimes when you put on that uniform, you have to do things that you may not want to do. Let's face it, you don't want to write tickets. You don't want to do things that make people hate you, but it's your job. And a job's a job. And at the end of the day, there is a bit of looking the other way that can happen. I mean, you have a conscience, you have morals, you have principles, and I can only hope that some of you aren't dumb enough to do that to people, because it's wrong and you know it. And I would like to think that most of the law enforcement would not enforce something stupid like that. Because how will you? How can you? What, are you overhearing some buddies talking down at the Gun and Rod Club? Oh, old Tommy's got him one of them bump stock things.
They don't talk
I'm going
like
to go
that.
over.
They don't
Well,
talk
whatever.
like that out
but you know they go and you overhear some crap, and what you're going to play Mr. T, Mr. Macho police guy, and you're going to walk over to him. Oh, I heard you. You better blah blah blah. I'm going to confiscate that. That's the stupidest thing ever. That's dumb. Oh, I don't like the hat you're wearing. I'm going to confiscate it. So if we allow this to happen, if we allow them to take an inanimate object that is not illegal, and that one is not even controlled. It is just a piece of property. It's no different than this phone, this jacket is a piece of property. If we allow them to take that property and give them the ability to do that, you're opening up the door for a lot worse.
Oh, it's Pandora's box, all right, because, all right, so I'm not telling anybody to be a criminal, but, you give up a bump stock or whatever, then, okay, well, they already have an assault weapons ban up in Massachusetts. So when they say, okay, well, we're just going to, solidify the assault weapons ban, you can't own anything, even pre-ban or nothing. I mean, we're changing it all.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, you got to turn in all your black rifles and everything like that.
Or
well,
what if you go, oh man, I'm scared of the boogeyman. And see, that's what this goes back to. This video goes back to the boogeyman.
Boogeyman.
That mass has
the thought
perpetuated
police.
themselves as the thought police and the boogeyman and all this kind of stuff. So the boogeyman just somehow convinces you, oh, I'm gonna go up there and turn in my bump trigger thingy, because if I don't, they're looking at the helicopter's about to fly out of the sky and come pick me up right now.
Did you
and you turn that in.
Oh man.
Okay. What if they go, all right, well, we're going to put this guy on a list. Well, why would he need to have that stock or that trigger if he didn't have this? So see, all it is then they can go, all right, well, here's a list of people that turn them in. We're going to go talk to these people. And then it just snowballs. Like, how can you do that to people? How can you do that to people?
It says it bans possession in the state. I guess you can get yourself a little storage unit outside of the state and go out there and just put it in there.
Well, look, at the end of the day, I understand that we're a nation of laws, and we are a nation of law-abiding people.
Yeah.
But you have to have honest representation before you subject yourself to that. You have to have an ability to help make the law, to help change the law, to have a say. But when the law is unconstitutional and you have no due process and it's just bullcrap, and especially when the law revolves around something that's not illegal, that sucks.
Well, that's just part of it. The other part is these laws get passed based on emotional responses.
Right.
And not rational thought. That's where all this crap comes from, is emotional responses. Oh yeah, I support a ban on those things because they look scary.
Because they scare me.
Yeah.
Or because...
Nobody needs that.
Right.
Oh, wait a minute. Well, I got the wrong... Well,
Missing the point. Missing the point. You're missing the point if that's the way you feel. I mean, the thing is, it is a constitutionally protected right at the end of the day. I mean, it would be the same as me saying, well, I don't like the newspaper you read because of what they say. I don't agree with what they say, and I think their views are a little bit different than mine. And I tell you what, if we catch you reading this newspaper, you're going to jail. That's the same. You're in the same territory.
Oh yeah.
They can't do that.
That's not what they want you to think about. Mm-mm.
Right.
No.
So it's definitely troubling, and let me.
Highly troubling.
It is highly troubling. Let me go back here. So
that takes effect today's the 30th. It takes effect like in a couple of days. So.
Yeah, and what was the guy's name again? Nick. So thank you, Nick, for posing that question. I did tell Nick there on Facebook that we would make this video.
On the Facebook.
On the Book of Faces, and we did. So we honored our agreement to make the video. And guys, the fight is not just state by state. It's all of us. If they're attacking any one state, they're attacking all of us. And we try our best to put this kind of stuff out there and to talk about it and to ridicule them because they deserve to be ridiculed because what they're doing is un-American. It's just plainly un-American and really is a lack of moral fiber. That's the bottom line. They lack moral fiber to make a decision like that arbitrarily. Because you better believe the people that guard the Capitol building up there, they got ARs and they got a fun switch on them. You better believe they're going to have what they need to protect themselves. They have no right to take the tools away that you need to protect you and your family and those around you. They have no right to make that decision. They do not play God. They do not, become the moral compass of the world. They're human beings just like anybody else, and they don't deserve to be protected any more than you do, and they have no right to tell you how to live your life or what you can own or who you can be with or who you can marry. They have no right to make that decision for you. I mean, most of us, myself included, I think very much like a libertarian. It's just, am I hurting anybody? No? Well, then leave me alone. And I know that sometimes that compass is a little bit difficult for some people, and it sometimes fluctuates for some people. I understand that. But know this, that if you're watching this video and you hate guns or you're anti-gun, you should know that no gun owner has ever wanted to silence you or to hurt you and your family or to do anything. You can't stop an evil person from doing evil. You just can't do it. And at the end of the day, I mean, it sucks, but you can't take away the tools of honest people just to try to stop who may or may not be. You're going to disarm tens of thousands, if not more people, to try to stop the potential of maybe one person who's going to find the methods to do anything they need to do, how they need to do it, in any way that they can do it. It's just...
It's asinine.
It's
is
asinine.
what it is.
It does not make any sense at all. So,
the collective good.
Yeah. I don't believe in that at all. I mean, I believe in personal responsibility, which overall equates to the collective good. You affect the collective good by being the change in society you want to see. You want to be a responsible gun owner? Then put a gun on your hip and go to town and do what you need to do, and you're just a guy living his life. Don't hurt anybody unless they deserve it. If you see some maniac doing something dumb, deal with the threat. It's pretty simple. I mean, but we live in a society where people want to be able to just let the nanny state cover it, and they want to just hunker down and feel like they're all safe and sound, and they want to crawl into their little safe space, and they want to hug each other and just pretend that by pointing their finger and just not looking, that it'll just go away, it'll just melt, it'll be gone. But the reality of the world is that we are responsible ultimately for each other's safety, and we're responsible for our law enforcement and everything. Do you think for 1 second that if there's a law enforcement guy on the side of the road getting the crap beat out of him that I'm not going to stop and help him? Of course I am. Do you think that I'm such a low person that I'm going to go, oh, he's a cop, let me film this. Let me film that because that guy's getting beat up. That's funny. All right, and go about my business. But that's what happens.
People really think like that.
These kids get bullied, and they get beat up on, and they get singled out, and all these little turds sit around with their phones and record it, and they think it's funny, and they're laughing instead of jumping in and trying to help the kid out, And that's the society of people that we're creating, is all right, well, that's happening. Hey, you mean you might want to do something, instead of doing something. There will be talks of doing things, and there will be doing things. Are you a doer, or are you one of these people? I mean, at the end of the day...
what you said a minute ago reminded me of this advertisement I saw the other day. I don't know if anybody's seen it, but I don't know if you may have seen it or not, but it's this app that you put on your phone, and it's the advertisement's this chick in the back of this Uber car. Okay, it's like, I got in this Uber and the driver looks a little sketchy, so I've got my little app here, and as long as I hold this, I'm good, but when I let my finger off, that means something bad's happening, and it automatically notifies the police. Well, guess what, sister? You're probably going to be dead before the police get there. Oh, yeah, they got your exact location. Yeah, in the car with your thumb on a stupid phone. Really? This is the kind of crap that's being put out there as far as, you could be safe if you put this app on your phone. No, you're safe if you carry a firearm on your person, and you can deal with crap like that. A phone app Oh, I'm safe. Oh, yeah, if this driver does something stupid, oh my God, oh no, it knows where I was, sir. It know, well, I'm taking you somewhere else. And throw that phone out the window. Okay, they're gonna go to the dumpster on Fifth Avenue or whatever. We're gonna be long gone. I'm gonna take you and do whatever I want to with you. Woohoo! Really? Fired up.
But remember.
Stupid.
But remember.
Ugh. Sorry.
You're gonna turn in those triggers and those bump stocks. The boogeyman is going to come.
Stupid.
And he's going to jump out of a helicopter. He's going to kick in your windows. And he's going to kill your entire family. Keep that in mind.
God.
I'm kidding. They're not.
Dude, this society that we live
But they probably
in kills
would
me.
if they could.
Oh, they kill me. Oh,
it's scary.
God, it melts my brain.
It's scary. It's scary to think about. I mean, at the end of the day, look, everybody has an opinion of their own. Everybody can come up with their own solution for a problem. And I fear that we may be living in a society.
Okay, I'm done.
Similar to what Chad mentioned, you know, I fear that the norm of our society being, you know, revolving around common sense and just doing what you need to do and just being responsible, that's becoming not normal. And now, if you protect yourself, now all of a sudden you're a weirdo and all that kind of stuff. Guys, I know this video got drug out a bit.
You get alienated. Oh, I carry a gun for self-protection. Oh, ew.
I know.
Ooh, oh, God. Oh, no. Ugh.
I know. But guys, thank you for watching today's video. I know we kind of got off on a few rants and a little tangents, but the thing is, I feel like hopefully this concept be well conceived, and you know, if you guys are living in mass and you're dealing with this, it sucks. We wanted to put this out just to spread awareness and let people know that these are the kind of things that are going on, and we really have to be careful about this because it paints a very, very troublesome picture that really can be taken a lot of different ways and can be taken the wrong way and can be, you know, you're giving an inch and you're giving away a mile. So, you know, if they go, oh, well, people are dumb enough to turn in these triggers and stocks, which of course isn't even illegal, and isn't even, you know, it's just an object.
It's not dangerous.
It's personal property. It's your personal property. So if we can get them to turn in their personal property, then the next letter we put out going, we know you have guns and you better turn them in or you're a felon, then it's a litmus test.
Oh, yeah.
It's a litmus test.
You turned in that bump stock. Well, you got a gun that it goes on, don't you?
Right.
Well,
so see,
all right.
It can be taken as the potential of it being a litmus test for something worse. And that's all we're trying to say is to be mindful of that. Be wary of that. Vote these people out. You know, call and express your disgust because it is disgusting. It's constitutionally questionable.
Maybe we could get like...
And morally crooked.
Maybe we could start an organization where we get a bunch of people from like gun-loving states to move into these like really bad anti-gun states, and we can stay there for a few years and really get things turned around and then move back out. And like, all right, we'll be seeing y'all. I
don't know about that.
I don't know about that either.
But it's an idea. So,
God almighty. I mean,
guys,
it's just crazy.
Thank you for watching today's video. We appreciate the support.
Sorry, I got a little excited
all
there.
of you that comment, leave suggestions. I try to read the Facebook comments, and if it's a video that I think is merited to do, we'll try to do it as best we can. So make sure you're following us on Facebook. And a quick name drop. All right, I want to mention we do have a additional channel called Guitarsenal. It's a guitar channel.
No!
Yeah, we play music and stuff. So we review amps, guitars, effects. We do some music theory stuff, lessons type things. We'll do some more like talk-oriented things like this, but related to music. So if that's something you guys are interested in, go over there and subscribe to Guitarsenal. It's our other YouTube channel. And make sure you click the notification bell so you're getting the feed, the subscriber feed. So
ring that bell.
Check that out. And guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. Y'all are awesome, and we'll see you next time.
I need a scotch.